All right, right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, could I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor? Aye. We have a report from closed session. The Board of Education approved the adoption of the notice of proposed disciplinary action, termination of district employee identification number CC 6881115, and the roll call vote was as follows: 3 ayes, 0 noes, and 2 absent. Oh, it's down. Okay, got it. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't miss it this time. All right, next we have our item 8.1, Torrance Refinery Company check presentation for the 2024 Innovation Fest. Yes, thank you. Dr. Stowe, would you like to, or Dr. Crumpy, thank you.
Sorry about that. It is my pleasure, and I actually want to recognize and bring up Marissa Stilitano and Adam Daly. This is their hurrah today with the Torrance Refinery Company as we near the finish line for hosting the Innovation Festival as part of the Invention Convention for the Southern California Championship. And so would you guys like to come up and introduce our guests and be part of the check ceremony?
Thank you, Dr. Grumpy.
Stand over this.
So we're super excited that our event is just around the corner. So Torrance Innovation Festival is going to be held on March 23rd at El Camino College. And as part of that festival is our Invention Convention. So this year, Torrance Unified is honored to host the California State Invention Convention for the Southern region. So we are hosting all of Southern California this year.
And as of 15 minutes ago, we're up to 423 students registered.
Wow. So it's been a long weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be a long week. So we are thrilled to have so many kids from counties all across Southern California, and we would not be able to do this without the support of the Torrance Refining Company. And this year they have done a substantial donation to our district to be able to not only support the Invention Convention, but also to support our new Innovation Festival. So I'd like to bring up Barbara and Alex.
Thank you. And we just wanted a little visual cue here for you. So, okay. $61,000 going for this year. And this will help with the space, the rental space, and also with all of the logistics involved with the event. We're thrilled to death to be able to support this wonderful initiative, and you'll continue to have our support. So congratulations on expanding it to the state level. This is really fantastic. You know, a few years ago, we never thought it was going to get this big, but we weren't sure that it would. And we're just thrilled and so happy that we're able to support you and sponsor this wonderful, wonderful festival. So thank you.
Thank you for a photo. We're attending.
Yes.
You can stand right behind the.
Okay.
Right between Barbara and Alex.
Okay.
There you go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Yes.
Don't try to cash this check out.
Driving with it.
That is a big.
Comments from the board? Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Again, we're so excited to be able to host the Innovation Fest and our Invention Convention, and so thankful for our community partners who are very passionate about making sure that our students have the absolute best opportunities that we can offer. So thank you so much again. All right, next we're going to move on to staff presentation and information. 9.1, we have our report by our student representative.
There we go. Thank you, Dr. Stoll, members of the board, and members of the cabinet. So just a quick update. My fellow student board members and I have completed our elementary and middle school visits with nearly all schools from the North Torrance region. We are very excited to share our findings with you all. Now to start off with my home school, North. Our JROTC robotics team qualified and was invited to the 2024 JROTC National Championship at Vex Worlds in Dallas, Texas. The team will be led by Captain Riker Nishihira, Davin Dorsey, Sean Kim, and Robert Farrell. Also, our section Future Farmers of America competed in a career and leadership development event in Canoga Park. Congratulations to Mayani Wright Devu, Rylan Arnold, and John Dong Yanagita, who placed. John was also invited to regionals. Big congratulations to our Visions of Unity Art and Literature contest winners. For photography, it was Nevea Vanji, who won first place for her photo, Our Unity. For sculptures, Ivan Liu won third place for his artwork, To Harvest a Star. Also, our Project Lead the Way Saxon engineering students visit Edison Elementary, Yukon Elementary, Lincoln, and Carr Elementary to help judge STEAM fair projects. North hosted the TUSD and TCPTA College and Career Fair this past weekend with different college and career representatives there to help guide all TUSD students to a path of college and career readiness. Tomorrow is the final round of North's annual Mind Madness Trivia Competition, where students will have the opportunity to win $300 of ASB store credit. This Wednesday, ASB will be holding their annual UCLA Spring Blood Drive. This Friday, North will be hosting our North's Got Talent competition in the PAC. And finally, next Wednesday, the choir will be holding a concert at 7 p.m. in the PAC. Now for South. The South High Surf team remains undefeated with a win over El Segundo this past week, 83-66, advancing 3-0 and first place in the league. The South High Band will be inviting Calamayor and Richardson Middle School for the South Area Music Festival on Thursday, March 7th in the gym. Admission is free. Similarly, the choir will be hosting its South Area Choir Festival on March 13th, with tickets available online. On the 12th, Dancing with the Staff makes its annual return to the stage featuring all of our favorite teachers. The advanced dance team will be dancing alongside their teachers in the PAC, only $10 at the door. It's now March, meaning it's time for the March Madness 3-on-3 basketball tournament at lunch from March 21st to March 23rd. The cost is $9 per team to participate, and all proceeds go directly to the student section greenhouse. South High Drama presents their newest show, Puffs, or seven increasingly eventful years at a certain school of magic and magic. Shows take place March 21st through March 23rd. Tickets are available online. All South High's clubs, sports, and programs will be participating in the South High Lip Dub on March 29th, where organization will be pseudo-singing it out to see who truly is the greatest could have been singers at South High. It's senior season and graduation is coming soon, and South High is looking for graduation speakers and performers. Audition applications are now available in K1. Next up, we have West. A brand new event has been added called the Best Dance Competition. Multiple varsity sports will participate in a dance battle, coached by the drill and all male members, similar to Dancing with the Stars. A parent workshop will be on tobacco and vaping use prevention and education on March 5th at 11:30 a.m. Along with free giveaways, guest speaker Erica Winston from Behavioral Health Services will be present at the event. From March 6th to 8th, 40 juniors will embark on a trip to Northern California to partake in various college tours, including UCSB, UCSC, and UCF, and more. It will be a great opportunity to get firsthand look at college life, as well as bonding with fellow students over bus rides and meals together. West's Band will be hosting the Band Pops concert this Wednesday, March 6th at 7 p.m. in the Performing Arts Center. The same Wednesday will be the first virtual parenting class, where parents can learn methods of respectful discipline, how to be supportive, and insight to important issues such as bullying, depression, social media, and more. These classes will be held every Wednesday from March 6th to April 17th from 5 to 7 p.m. Lastly, to commemorate Pi Day, a school-wide competition will be held on March 12th and 13th, where the student who can recite the most digits of pi will win two front-of-the-line tickets to prom.
I love Pi Day.
Last up, we have Torrance. At Torrance, they're heading into a very busy month full of school spirit. Oh, yes. Okay. This week is their Spring Spirit Week, titled Tommy's Spring Playlist. Each day corresponds to a different pop song. Today was Maroon and Gray. Tomorrow is Dress Up Like Your Type. Wednesday is Dress as an Iconic Duo. Thursday is Dress as You in the Future. Friday is their all-school glow-in-the-dark rally, where students dress in corresponding neon colors. This same week, they have their THS annual talent show hosted by their Fine Arts Club this Wednesday at 7 p.m. The junior class has been selling spring dance tickets this week, and the dance will be held next Thursday night on our Student Free Day from 7 to 10. In addition, starting this Thursday, Torrance has also brought back their March Madness tournament, where teams of 3 play short 3-on-3 basketball games tournament style. They received 23 teams, and it's going to be at lunch on Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of March. Lastly, in terms of school spirit, their clubs are gearing up for their newly implemented Spring Festival on March 28th. In general, campus-wide, Torrance is getting ready for their WASC visit on March 16th to 18th. Their ASB has been organizing a colorful trash can initiative to get students to be environmentally conscious and work on keeping campus tidy. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Thank you. Thanks so much. Any questions?
I just want to know, Dr. Stowe gonna dance at South High, that's what I.
I would love to see it.
I didn't make the cut.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. It's always, I wish I was back in school. There's always so much happening, but yeah. Thank you so much. Next, we have 9.2, our superintendent's report.
All right, thank you, President Park and board members that are with us tonight and those that are watching or will watch a recording. So Gil, thanks for bringing that up. The first item is what Francesca's already talked about, the College Career Fair. Here's some video and pictures. It was a great turnout. Really want to thank North High. This event, it rotates among the high schools, and it's a good thing because it is such a logistic burden on the school that hosts. So Mr. Nataki in his first year got the opportunity to navigate through that. But it was a great turnout, thanks to the staff at North, to make sure the facility was in good shape and set up, but also to the counseling staff and administrators from all the high schools that attended. I know a number of board members were there as well. We had some students recognized last week at the 23rd Annual Black History Celebration hosted by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce. This has been kind of something that students look forward to on a regular basis annually, and they had a student recognized from each of our high schools for their exemplary work. And so Barbara from the Torrance Refining Company was there as well. So thank you for your sponsorship and support of that event. We had the Read Across America celebration last week at a number of elementary schools. I was reading at Lincoln and happened to run into both Mr. Hahn and Mr. Nataki, who were there reading as well. And it was a lot of fun. The students, I think, enjoy having some visitors read to them, and I got schooled in the technology with the projector and showing the book on the screen. So it was felt very very warmly hosted by 3 different classes that I read to, and I know we all read a couple books to different places. I had to turn down a number of invitations, which I'm thinking some of you did as well, because you can only be in so many places on the same day. So it was a lot of fun. On Friday night, the middle school band instructors came together and collaborated on an honor band event at Torrance High. Thanks to Dr. Egan for these pictures. They also had a guest conductor, Darnella Davidson, who conducted one of the events. And I know David Gelbaum, who's the band instructor at Jefferson, had a video, and I'm not sure if you all got a copy, but we can make sure that you get a copy of that as well, so you can enjoy the video of that. Last Thursday night, again at Torrance High, the whole board was in attendance for the district STEAM Fair and Awards Night. It was so much fun. It's always an adventure when kindergartners and first graders are coming up on the stage to get their award and figuring out where to stand. But it was just some really creative inventions that were on display, and just different ideas. And so you can tell that the philosophy and the spirit of innovation and creativity is alive in all of our schools as these elementary schools participated in this. And again, want to thank the elementary principals for all coming out and helping organize that night. The academic decathlon was held earlier in February, and we had the award ceremony. All 4 of our high schools performed at such a high level in the county. West, North, and South High are all going on to the national, or excuse me, the state. That'd be great if they qualified for the national, but the state competition this week, and so we wish them well. Torrance High also placed very high in their division, so it was just a lot of celebration at that event. Mr. Hahn attended with us and was able to really recognize those. And I think it might have been the highest finish, 5th for Dylan Barth's team at North High. They did very, very well. And then finally, last night, I with great eagerness watched the launch of a SpaceX rocket that sent 3 astronauts and a cosmonaut to dock with the space station. That'll happen on Tuesday. But I know the board remembers that I'm also the president of the Astronaut Ellison Onizuka Memorial Committee. And since 1988, we've hosted I haven't been involved since 1988, but Ellison died on the Challenger accident on January 28th, 1986. And since 1988, when some of his friends came together, they've hosted this event that used to be at USC and now is at El Camino, co-sponsored also by Honda. And every year we have an astronaut that comes in to speak to students about their life in space, and just really, really amazing people. 2 of the 4 astronauts last night that launched have been speakers here in Torrance. One of them, Dr. Barrett, he spoke at West High School, or excuse me, at South High School. And there's a picture of him there on the stage at South with some students 2 years ago in 22. And then Dr. Jeanette Epps, who launched last night to spend 6 months on the space station on her first flight. She spoke with students in Nikki Chambers' class at West High in 2013. So I thought that was pretty cool that 2 of the 3 U.S. NASA astronauts on that mission have spent time with our students. So wanted to be able to share that with the board.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Stowe. Before we move on, Gil, I think if you advance the slide, there's one more slide. Yeah, so we have a special surprise. So though Dr. Stowe didn't mention it, the board would like to congratulate Dr. Stowe and the Communications Department for their recent recognition at the California School Public Relations Association, CalSPRA, statewide conference in Sacramento this past Friday night, Tim was honored with the Superintendent to Watch Award for his leadership and support of our district's communications department and programs and his commitment to face-to-face communication and listening with our staff and families. So our communications department also received an award of excellence for our Why Torrance Unified Marketing campaign and video, which I hope many of you saw, which they produced in partnership with Baker's Man Productions, and an award of merit for the 411 employee newsletter. The board continues to emphasize strong communications for the district, and we are pleased to see this kind of growth and achievement in our communications department. So congratulations again, Dr. Stowe and Sarah Myers. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And this really is it's a team award. Need to just give so much credit to the board for your vision in working with the communications consultants that we have, providing the resources in communications for the department that Sarah and Mallory so dutifully serve. It really is an honor to be able to represent TUSD up there and to accept that on behalf of our district, because I think since we certainly since Dr. Gerson, Mr. Hahn, and Mrs. Liu joined the board in 2018, that your commitment to communications has been just tremendous, and obviously with Ms. Park and Dr. Muhammad as well. So just want to thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to continue the great work that we're doing. And Sarah and I talked about it up there, but we're going to get a lot more awards for the work that we're doing from CalSPRA, and hopefully the national group as well.
No doubt. Yeah. Do we have any questions or comments from the board? Okay. Excellent. And next we have 9.3, update on the city's progress on the Civic Center Master Plan and Economic Feasibility Study, presented by Carlos Pizar, Management Associate, Viet Huang, Deputy City Manager, and Danny Santana, our Assistant City Manager.
Thank you, members of the board. My name is Carlos Weezer, Management Associate at the City Manager's Office. Thank you for the opportunity for the city to be able to provide you with this update with this visionary plan. Next slide, please. So we'll kind of go through a brief history of the Civic Center development, as well as kind of give you an update where we're at with our current progress with the master plan. And then I'll be available for any questions or feedback from the board in terms of what they would like to see kind of envisioned for the Civic Center campus. Next slide, please. So our Civic Center was developed in 1956, essentially to address a need in the surge of population growth. The city had formerly occupied a city hall building in downtown Torrance, but we've outgrew that space in 20 years. So at that time, the city had essentially directed the city manager to purchase 40 acres, which is now at the corner of Madrona and Torrance Boulevard, to essentially build a state-of-the-art civic center, essentially to attract residents and businesses to call Torrance home. The civic center was originally developed within new city hall, a police station, and city pool. Next slide, please. And then we essentially have basically added piecemeal additions as we needed additional space as our departments grew, as the city continued to grow. Our largest, or our first major expansion didn't occur until the 70s, in which we outgrew that city hall again. We essentially built a new city hall where it's currently at. We also did introduce a new library branch, which is the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library. And then what we ended up doing with the original city hall at that campus is we ended up converting it into administration offices. And today it's currently serves as our one-stop permit center for our community development department. Next slide, please. So our police station also experienced growth over those decades. And essentially, the city decided to build a new 3-story police headquarters in the northern portion of our campus. That was back in the 80s. And then in the 90s, we introduced the community with the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. Essentially encompasses the already pre-existing Kim Miller Recreation Room. We built the Armstrong Theater, as well as the Nakano Theaters and community classroom spaces for our community programming. And then over these next couple of years, we essentially have done additions, upgrades to our facilities. Next slide, please. So this is basically just shows an aerial map of our existing campus. The city occupies or manages 15 buildings, including in a city pool and a temporary housing village. And then on the easterly portion of the campus, it's actually owned by the state of California, in which they operate a state courthouse and traffic court annex. Next slide, please. This just shows how the 40 acres is broken up. So the city occupies or owns 30.6 acres of land. And then the state of California occupies or owns a little bit over 9 acres of land area. So the city essentially back in around the 60s, we did a land donation to the state to essentially lure them to open a courthouse here in Torrance. As they're not part of the master plan study area, we are still considering them and approaching them for feedback on how the master plan should be essentially developed, as they're kind of a big portion of the campus, and they're in ways that we can look at redeveloping the overall campus. Next slide, please. So the reason why we're doing this master plan process is we understand right now this is about 75 years into the development of the campus. We are witnessing aging, and the conditions of the buildings are in need of repair or major investment. We're also realizing that there's operational and functional issues with our layout as well as with our buildings, the increase of maintenance costs, as well as understanding what are the existing and projected programming needs for the community into the future. We're looking at various cost options, which includes repairs as well as complete replacement. And then we do realize that our 40-acre campus does sit on prime real estate, so there is opportunity for further development and restructuring of the campus. Next slide, please. So for those reasons, the City Council did direct the City of Torrance to issue a request for proposals to look for a planning firm to assist the city in the development of the Torrance Civic Center Master Plan. We received 8 responsive proposals, in which we did go through an extensive review and interview process. Ultimately, the city did decide in July 2023 to award a contract to Growing Associates of Los Angeles, and they're currently assisting us with this effort. Next slide, please. So we are about 6 months into this master plan, and we've completed an existing facilities analysis, but we've also have done outreach with different stakeholder groups, including residents and nearby property owners. We've also released a community survey in which we're soliciting public feedback in order to allow us to develop design alternatives that would look at potential redevelopment options for the Civic Center campus. We did extend that community survey up to the end of March, as we have further outreach to complete with city commission groups. Next slide, please. So this is essentially a screenshot showing the online version of the community survey, but if for individuals that prefer the tangible experience, our hard copy surveys are available at any library branch and the One Stop Permit Center. Next slide, please. And then this is essentially just showing the current outreach efforts that we've done since January. So we still have quite a bit of different community outreach events to complete through March. We're hoping to complete phase 1 of this community outreach by the end of this month, and essentially going into design alternatives in April. Next slide, please. So essentially the purpose of why we want to give you an update is, as the school district, we do feel that as a partnership, we want to offer the opportunity to give you the update on the master plan process and see if there's any feedback or suggestions that you would like the city to incorporate. This essentially is a 1-year planning effort, so we do intend to hopefully come back to give you a further update on designs, but we'll be essentially at all different community events, providing presentations so we can get the most feedback we can from the public, because we're looking at this as a long-term document. This essentially would be the framework for the next 20-30 years of how the campus would redevelop over time. I'm available for any questions.
Any questions or comments?
I love it. I think it's great. It's a great idea that we're gonna refresh the city center. I think much needed.
Just out of curiosity, what's the expected cost of this? I'm just kind of curious.
So the project itself, this master plan process is a little bit over $180,000. And depending on the preferred design alternative, whether it be doing a complete replacement or doing kind of a partial replacement and renovation, that cost may differ, but essentially because we're looking at this as 20-30 years plan, we don't know what those figures would be until we have a finalized conceptual plan.
And any chance the state will give us that other portion? Or sell it to us, or kind of negotiate that, or?
We are in constant communication with the state, and we've kind of pinged it on them that we would be interested in at least acquiring what we call the belly button of the campus, which is their traffic court annex. It does pose some design challenges as well as kind of awkward access points. So if we're able to acquire some property back, it would allow us to better align some of these redevelopment strategies.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. This is very exciting what our city is doing. And I also participated in that community survey. I don't know how, did you send it to every resident or how did that work? And how many responses are you expecting before you decide to go ahead and plan?
So we've done it through different outlets, either through the library system as well as through our community engagement events where we have the postcard with the survey or the hard copy. We've also engaged with our homeowner association groups and the neighborhood watch programs. But we're also here to kind of ask for some assistance in seeing if we're able to tap into the student population so that we're able to further do some outreach with the schools. Any feedback that we have not captured, it would be greatly appreciated. Right now, we're about a little bit over 600 responses. We're hopeful we can get into the thousands, and that's why we keep extending that time frame so we can do that further outreach.
I see. Thank you. And just want to briefly mention what Mr. Han was saying about the state-owned land with the courthouses there. I'm an attorney, and my very first appearance on a court house was at Torrance Courthouse, so it's very special for me. Back then, I did not live in Torrance yet, and so to come all the way here and to see that very nice courthouse, it's very special. So I see that you had already presented the this presentation to the commissions back in January and February. Did each one of them have any specific requests for their own commission, such as maybe an expansion of the library, the main library from the library commission or anything like that?
Yes, so each commission did provide their specialized expertise or kind of like what they would like to see embedded in the Civic Center. The library was one of them where they would like to see either an improved or expanded library footprint. We've also met with Environmental Quality Commission, in which they've wanted us to incorporate sustainability practices as well as drought tolerant landscaping. Traffic Commission, they have provided that environmental kind of sustainability practice as well. But there's pretty much a consensus that there's definitely room for improvement at the campus, as well as including not only additional building area for additional public services, but also just community amenities, whether that be open space programmable, open space to host community events, or providing the infrastructure for active transportation, whether that's a walking trail or bike infrastructure.
Oh, those sound really great recommendations. I was a former commissioner on the Environmental Quality and Energy Conservation Commission. I was there for 11 years. And I would like to ask that when you do build new buildings or remodel, that perhaps they can be at least LEED certified, if not going to a silver level or something, to have that in mind also. That would be great.
We can definitely incorporate that into the efforts. We actually have that in our strategic plan. So to incorporate that LEED certification when possible. And that's actually, it's not the first time we've heard that feedback. So there's definitely community interest. We did a mayor's community meeting last week, and that one member from the public mentioned that she was inquiring what minimum tier we were looking at. Obviously, we would have to take a look at the design as well as what we can achieve, of course, with certain budget constraints, but definitely something that the city is willing to strive for.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And this is very exciting. I used to go to your city hall and annex and other places very often, along with the courthouse. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and echo those sentiments. I feel like Torrance Civic Center holds a special part in my heart as well. I was on Green Team back in the day and interned with the city clerk and city treasurer's office, and so very familiar with the buildings. And with that, I think that a big part of the youth council and sort of at a young age, being able to go into your city hall or your different city department buildings and feel that sense of familiarity. I think that's really important for being able to envision yourself in those positions of service as well. And so I hope that is part of this outreach and the design as well is really creating a space where people don't feel intimidated to enter in, but really feel like it was a place that's designed for them and welcomes them. And with that, I was kind of curious about the library. I know that there have been different ways that people have envisioned libraries over the years of being more than just housing books, but also being centers of being of learning, but also providing different resources to the community. So I was kind of curious what feedback you've gotten in terms of the library and of refreshing a library and what the vision may be there.
So part of our outreach has not only been with the members of the public, but as well as with the department themselves, actually speaking with the city librarian, but also utilizing other case studies of how other communities are operating their libraries. So a lot of the feedback we've gotten for the libraries is that there's definitely room to incorporate more technology into the space, but as well as other services such as the city of Cerritos has a really beautiful library that offers not just books, but they have, technology labs, and City Rancho Cucamonga has a STEM lab that focuses in the math and science fields. So, and apart from my role of this, I also work in art grant programs. So utilizing resources at the state level, like the California State Libraries, there's a lot of grant opportunities that the city can tap into to do quite a bit of improvement. As we're going through this visioning process and going into design, one of the factors that we're going to take a look into is what it makes sense, whether it be doing modernization of our existing Katie Geyser library or doing a complete modernization, replace library. There's funding to actually do a full replacement. Quite competitive, but I think if we're able to package an application pretty well, we can probably get it or tap into other opportunities. So I think overall, the main purpose of this project is it's a community-driven document. We really, before we even look at design, we really want to get the feedback and understand the public's experience with the current layout and what can be improved. But that we're not just focusing on what we need for today, but what we need in the future. So something that's going to be flexible and adaptable to changing needs.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Wonderful. All right. Next, we have 10 oral communications for unscheduled hearings, non-agenda items. And 10.1, the Board of Education welcomes input from the public. Speakers wishing to address the board on non-agenda topics have completed the appropriate submission form on the district website or in-person speaker card. Time allotted for public comments on non-agenda items is limited to 3 minutes per comment and for a total of 30 minutes. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another. I'm reading the right yellow cards this time. First, we have Carlos and Wanter, sorry, from TTA talking on Prop 28.
I shall start the 3-minute timer when you start speaking.
Okay, all right. Esteemed members of the school board, Dr. Stowe and cabinet, my name is Carlos Anwanter, and I'm here today as the co-chair of the TTA Prop 28 committee. The purpose of our committee is to facilitate communication and collaboration between fine arts teachers in TUSD and district leadership as we plan for the implementation of Prop 28 funding in our district. A few weeks ago, I sent you all an email in order to get help initiating communication. I'm pleased to report that I have since had a brief email conversation with Dr. Egan, and I want to thank him for his partnership on this issue. I'm here today to share with you all why this is such a vital issue for TUSD arts teachers. While it may seem self-evident that they would be deeply interested in the allocation of arts funding, the situation here in Torrance is far more complex than that. The history of arts in Torrance over the last several decades makes our situation unique, and this opportunity that much more profound. Understanding why that is requires some hard truths to be told. My intent is not to complain, but to help you understand the urgency and passion behind the plea of TUSD arts teachers that I present to you today. For decades, the arts in Torrance have been almost entirely unfunded. While teachers have been hired to teach courses, no funding has been available for equipment, coaches, materials, or other vital aspects of an arts program. The costs for these programs are immense, especially in the performing arts. Without district funding, teachers must pass costs along to students and families in order to offer even the most basic programs. Despite this lack of material support, From the district, arts teachers in Torrance have built some of the highest quality arts programs in Los Angeles County. They have provided thousands of students with access to an astonishingly diverse and vibrant array of arts experiences and opportunities. They have done this with the untiring help and passion of students and parents who give time, money, and more to ensure that these students have an exceptional arts education. What does all that have to do with Prop 28? Arts teachers in Torrance have spent decades building superb arts programs in TUSD with no material support. They have done this through passion, leadership, collaboration, and innovation. They have done this in partnership with students, parents, administrators, and community members. Now, as Prop 28 funding comes to TUSD, they stand ready and eager to apply those decades of experience and innovation to building the greatest arts program in California. If we wish to maximize the potential that this opportunity presents, it is necessary to be as innovative with the process as it is with the program itself. This project requires more than curriculum committees and PLCs. When this district has faced its largest threats and opportunities, most recently in the COVID-19 pandemic, it found new ways to engage and collaborate. We're asking you to do that again. Bring us all together, teachers, parents, students, and administrators, to build an arts program that honors the legacy of those who for decades made magnificent art, music, drama, and dance out of nothing at all. I look forward to partnering with you in this vital process and providing TUSD students with the best arts education we can build together. Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to help.
All right. Next, we have Dick Amania from the Vietnam Veterans of America South Bay Chapter 53, speaking about scholarships for high school seniors.
Yeah, good evening, board, school board, and the staff. My name is Dick Amania. I live in the city of Torrance. I'm a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 53. Every year, we give out $1,000 scholarship to the high school students in the South Bay. We have one person on our board go through all the application. What I like to see the seniors here in Torrance take advantage of these scholarships. So we're going to give this year, we're going to give 5 more $1,000 scholarships. I just want to make that announcement. And I hope that the seniors here, high school seniors, take advantage of it. And we do this every year. The last 4 years, I know we've been doing it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, we have James Henry speaking about girls softball.
My name is James Henry. I'm a graduate of North Torrance High School, class of 1969, and a homeowner in the city of Torrance since 1976. The North Torrance Girls Softball League seasons began on Saturday, February 17th, to an overflowing crowd of supporters and admirers. The games are played on the girls softball fields at Hamilton Adult School, 2606 West 182nd Street, North Torrance. The snack bar is really good and cheap and has a Torrance Refinery logo on it, thanking everyone for their support. Mental Health Awareness Month is May. Oh, the social interaction between players, coaches, and fans is good therapy that can't be found on social media or on your smartphone, which is some young people's best friends. I strongly suggest you come to the games, played on Saturday and Sunday for therapy. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, we have Andy Porkchop.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy Porchop, and mainly I'm here because absolutely nothing to do at home, and I never get 3 minutes at home to speak, and anybody would listen to me. And anyway, so I was just like to report you that we have big problems. They shut down the power station. So I'm afraid the school's not gonna have enough power. All the computers could shut down because they shut down the power station, and there is 3 more to be shut down. None of them is built. None of them is built, but that was a big accomplishment of our environmentalists and leaders. Anyhow, but I also want to talk about, because maybe Pat Fury gonna save us, you know, because he's raising money. Except I don't know why are you guys associate the school district with Patrick Fury, because as you know, Patrick Fury was the mayor of Torrance, and during his tenure, Torrance was this close to financial, how you call it, bankruptcy. So he was such a great leader. Our city almost was taken over by the government, but you know, you school districts, so you already a different thing. But anyway, I looked up Pat Fury organization, and it says, when I use the right word, oh no, it's kind of a not questionable, but needs improvement, needs improvement. The score is 69. I don't know, you know, why 69, but it's like 2-star instead of 4-star. So it's not very good, not very good. And I try to find, because Pat Fury always drag about himself and how much money he makes or raises for the school. So here is another little thing. It's very hard to find information on Pat Fury because everything is buried in the whatever. But I lost that thing. But anyway, so in 2022, they have this much difference between the fund raised and the money spent on funds. So basically, if any parents or anybody donate Pat Fury's organization $1, then Pat Fury's organization take up like 89 cents. You know, so you give them $1, and whatever cost you give to Pat Fury, he's gonna spend like 19 cents or 11 cents. So I had it here, but I lost it. So it was like really the 2000 report. This was just terrible, you know. So and
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
come
your
back
3
the
minutes are up.
next meeting.
Great. All right. Next, we have 11 discussion and action items. 11.1 speaker. Oh, Gil, did we have anyone online for unscheduled? Okay, yeah. 11.1, we have speakers wishing to address the board on agenda topics have completed the appropriate submission form on the district website or in-person speaker card. Time allotted for public comments on agenda items is limited to 3 minutes per comment. Time allotted for each agenda item is 30 minutes per topic. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another. I do not have any pink cards. Oh,
Sorry, I was confused about.
no worries. Okay, yeah, for 10.1. Is it
Unscheduled.
for unscheduled? Oh, okay. Do I have a card? How do I?
Okay. I did it online. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm like,
Should I fill it out now and just give it to you, or?
oh, yeah.
Cool. Sorry about that. So good evening. My name is Alex Rocco, and I wanted to discuss how I'd like to partner with the board to help advocate, fund, and push forward health and wellness programs within Torrance Unified School District. I don't like to come empty-handed to a party, so I don't have $61,000. But I did bring some healthy snacks for everybody. I know you can't chew on it now, but still love to bring it for you guys. So as a parent, I'm continually confounded that we surround our children with fast food, junk food, and unhealthy snacks. So my wife and I started Elevated Wellness Vending Company, a health and fitness focused vending machine company. We partner with local school districts and youth organizations in Torrance, such as the YMCA, to help generate funding that can be used and directed towards health and wellness programs through our unique free healthy vending machine program. Our services meet all the FDA smart snacks and school requirements, but most importantly, align with the TUSD wellness policy. So for school districts the size of Torrance Unified, we can generate upwards of $30,000 to $45,000 of funding. So what we are really passionate about is using our business models to help provide some of these additional resources. So things such as nutritional education, urban farming, mental health services, or expanding underserved athletic programs. So if there's a health and nutrition advocate on the board, I'd love to meet you and see how we can discuss, push forward these initiatives. So thank you very much and enjoy your dinner.
Fill the card though, so that we have your information.
Will do.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. I don't see any pink cards and there's nobody online. Okay, we're gonna move on to 11.2, approve the excused absence of Board of Education member. Could we ask for an amendment to include Dr. Jeremy Gerson, who is also sick or who is due to medical?
Second.
Thank you. So do I have to, so that, all those in favor of amending it, we do that, all those in favor of amending, aye.
Aye.
All right, none opposed, and then now could we have a motion to approve the excused absence of Board of Education members, Dr. Anil Mohammed and Dr. Jeremy Gerson?
So move.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you. Next, we have 11.3, adopt resolution number HR 022324 of the Governing Board of the Torrance Unified School District, determining the reduction or termination of classified employee due to a reduction of particular kinds of services pursuant to Education Code sections 45114, 45117, 45298, and 45308. Dr. Hernandez.
Thank you. Not yet, Dr. Bright, appreciate it. Thank you. So before the board is a resolution to lay off a month for a position of office assistant. This will align this position with the rest of the office assistants in the school district to be 10th month. The employee is impacted is aware, as well as the union. We have not yet received a request for a hearing. We believe that there will not be one. In order to effectuate the layoff of the 1 month, we're requesting the board to take action on this item. If there's any questions.
Any questions?
No questions.
Can I take a motion to adopt the resolution?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. None opposed. All right, next we have 12, our consent agenda. 12.1, approval of consent agenda as a whole. All matters listed on the consent calendar, 13 general functions consent through 18 administrative services consent, are considered to be routine and will be enacted with one vote. There is no discussion of consent calendar items unless members of the governing board, public, or staff request that specific items be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Are there any items to? Nope. Great. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as a whole?
All consent items.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down to comments from the board, members of the Board of Education. So 20.1 CSB delegate report, Dr. Gerson is not here, so we'll have his report at our next meeting. 20.2 LACSA, Board of Education representative report from Mrs. Liu.
The LACSTA, Los Angeles County School Trustees Association, is having their a special dinner meeting on March 11th at the Waldorf Hotel in Beverly Hills. They have invited all of us, but unfortunately we have different workshops here that we had previously scheduled, so we won't be there. But at that meeting, they will have a speaker talking about the LCAP, and I think it's going to be very informative for all. That's it for LASTA.
Yeah, yes. I hope one day we will not conflict every single meeting date with LACSTA. But we have 20.3 SoCal Rock Board of Education representative report from Mr. Han.
So a couple of things that we had our meeting this past week. And so we formed the 7-Eleven Commission for our long-term lease and land use. And so we were able to get it done. So we're glad that we were able to form the 7-Eleven committee. Also, we had a discussion about raising fees, and majority of the board were not for it. So we're actually going to vote on it at our next board meeting, but it appeared to us that majority of us felt like it was too early to raise the fees when we just raised the fees. And so But again, you never know what's going to happen. But that was kind of like the consensus, especially in light of some schools that are struggling, Manhattan Beach especially, about what's going on over there. So basically, those are two major items that we discussed.
Thank you. Great. We have 20.4 other comments from the board. Should we pass it back to Mrs. Liu?
Sure, I can go ahead first. Just a quick announcement for Torrance Council of PTA. They're having their annual Honorary Service Awards dinner on March the 22nd. And instead of doing it at the Doubletree Hotel this year, I think it's going to be at the Los Verdes Golf Club. So that'll be interesting, a different venue. And I encourage everyone to attend that dinner. And congratulations to all volunteers and teachers and administrators who might have received an honorary service award at their local schools. And secondly, I will do my monthly report of the anniversaries for classified employees. For 10 years of accredited service here in Torrance Unified, we have Aaron Cho from the Personnel Commission, Adrian Montes from the Maintenance and Operations Facilities, Sergio Navarro from the Lincoln Elementary School. For 15 years of accredited service, we have Connie Ferrin from Torrance High School, Janet Sexton Thompson from Adams Elementary School. And for 20 years of accredited service here to our Torrance Unified School District, we have Melinda Matheson from Seaside Elementary School and Sandra Medeiros from Adams Elementary School. Thank you all very much for your public service to our Torrance Unified.
Thank you. Mr. Han.
Oh, so a couple of things. Thank you so much, Dr. President Park. So again, we want to thank Torrance Refining Company, as well as Barbara for the support for our Invention Festival. It's amazing how much it has grown. It's so exciting to see 493. It's an all-day event, by the way. So we would love to have you come out and to support the students. We had a wonderful time at our STEAM Fest that we had. It was a lot of fun. We were commenting how all 5 of us actually went to that event. And so it's rare that all 5 of us go to an event, but that's how much we love this event. And so it was truly wonderful to see all the little kids receive the rewards and to see all their amazing inventions. Just a couple of things. I want to thank Lincoln Elementary for allowing Dr. Stowe and I to come and to read to the students. Always a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's challenging, but a lot of fun. But again, we want to express our gratitude for making that happen. I also want to highlight, since Board Trustee Mrs. Liu mentioned about going to, seeing a place like that and being inspired. I think that was you. Was it you? Yeah, I'm sorry, Mrs. Park.
Okay.
So we were, Torrance High School had an opportunity to go to the federal courthouse, and we're able to meet 4 USAs and the judge and 4 law clerks. And the students literally, even I was amazed by that facility, the federal courthouse. Never imagined something like that. And to hear them, and the kids were so inspired. Literally one high school kid afterwards said, I want to go to law school now. So I want to skip college, just go to law school now. That's how impressive these people are. So I fully understand what they mean by that. You're just going and experiencing it. It's really inspiring. So we want to thank our USAs for making that happen so that our students, for some of the students who are doing the state seal of engagement, a civic engagement, were able to participate for that as well. Last but not least, hope Dr. Gerson gets well. And just to make sure that all of you know tomorrow, make sure you vote. Tomorrow is election day. So we know we have our local elections. And so we want to encourage all of you to have a voice, to have a say, and to exercise your right. One of the greatest privileges that we have as Americans is to vote. And so make sure you vote to your conscience and vote who you would like to see in these positions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any comments? Yeah.
There you go. I also wanted to thank the Torrance Refining Company. I think it's so amazing to see events like the Invention Convention, the Innovation Festival, and even our STEAM Fair. When I was in elementary and middle school, I don't think we quite had those yet. So it's really exciting to see all these STEAM programs and all these new programs emerging for our students. I think it's just so amazing. And I'm so excited for all our new students, our younger students, to see all of this because STEAM is really developing right now. And I think it's such an amazing thing to watch our district push into those things. And I'm so honored that we're hosting our invention convention for the statewide. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to just end by congratulating our Dr. Stowe and our communications department once again. For Sarah Myers, our director of communications, Mallory Beard, our communications coordinator, and Annie Ju, our webmaster and media specialist. I know that there is so much work that goes on behind the scenes to make sure that our community, our school community, that our city is well informed on what we're doing here, all the great work that we're doing here at TUSD. I think that something else I wanted to emphasize is that communications to us, I think, is really about how do we define and articulate our mission and our vision in a way that we're able to bring the entire community along with us as we drive forward. And I think that big part of that is our partnerships with our sponsors like the Torrance Refining Company and others in the community who, as they become more aware of all of the great work that we're doing, I hope that more people will want to partner with us and will want to see their legacy live forth in our students and all of the wonderful opportunities that they are able to have. So yeah, and with that, could I take a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right.